welcome back to the channel. I'm glad to have you back. Today we'll be going through my Game Week 8 team selection, but before we get to that, we'd like to go through how my Game Week 7 went. And as you can see, it was a good game week of about 70 points with a -4. It increased my game ranking from I think around 500k to 135k, which was a good performance. 479 points overall. I had Raya in goal, who lost his clean sheet. Trent Alexander was the only one in defense that managed to keep a clean sheet for me. Konsa lost his clean sheet as he got injured and went off just a few minutes into the Man United game. Aston Villa went ahead to get the clean sheet that I missed out on. Lewis managed to return at least an assist with 4 points. My midfield, my Panton Sevenyo worked the week before in game week 6, but in game week 7 it didn't as well. But you will see going forward is one of the people I'll be losing out on. Mbeumo continues to perform and impress. The biggest trick I think of that game week was Saka, who I captained. And as I had mentioned earlier on in that week, he was one person I was trying to take a differential punt on as my captain, and it really worked out and greatly helped my ranking. Rogers just with a clean sheet point, Salah the same. Raul did manage to provide an assist, a wonderful back heel, and then Haaland blanked. My bench was as that. So going forward, I do have one free transfer, and as I mentioned, I did take advantage of the fact that McNeil was about to increase in price, and he's one of the quick people that I did go quickly for. So to go through my Game Week 8 team and how it stands for now, still I have my Raya in goal, who will be playing against Bournemouth. Fingers crossed they managed to at least keep a clean sheet, as they have lost both their clean sheets in the last 2 games. My defense still has Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's playing Chelsea. Fulham is playing against Aston Villa, and I have Konsa in my defense together with Lewis, who plays Wolves. Then my midfield has the McNeil that I talked about. The one transfer I did make so far is bringing in McNeil for Semenyo. He plays Ipswich. And Mbeumo still in there, he plays Manchester United. Saka plays Bournemouth. And Rogers plays Fulham, and Salah plays Chelsea as well, with my striking line still having Haaland as well as Raul. For now, my captaincy is on Haaland, and I think it's going to stick on him. There's injury news that like I mentioned in the previous video, that Saka, from the information we had gotten anyway from the England camp, he looked like it was a slight knock. It wasn't as bad as most people had feared. So we are waiting. Obviously tomorrow on Friday will be the press conferences, so then is when we shall get the final and conclusive information from Arsenal. But for now it looks like he should be able in contention to start. And Konsa is the other person who's also still in my team with a flag, but as you can see on my bench, there are high chances I'm going to swap him for Robinson. So it's going to be between Robinson and Greaves on who exactly will come in for Konsa. And for now, that's how it is. You can stay tuned to my FPL Twitter page as well, because I usually post my final squad just a few hours actually before the deadline. So in case I make decisions on those 2 players specifically, they will be in my final draft or in my final team that I'll be communicating either Saturday morning or Friday evening. The other transfer news, because I know some of us are still looking for a few people to bring in. I had only one free transfer which I've used, but I know some of us have like 2 or 3 transfers. So here is what I'd advise. It's a good time for Tottenham fixtures. They are looking really good. So it would be a great time to bring in the likes of Solanke, is one of the people. Johnson, I mentioned Johnson in my watch list on Monday, in the Monday video. And Pedro Porro as well, who has really been having very great expected points. I think he's the closest to Trent Alexander-Arnold. So those 3, I think, from Tottenham, Porro, Johnson, together with Solanke, are very good options. Then I talked about Wolves fixtures as well, but not obviously for this game week. This week they play Man City, but after this week, Wolves looks good. So that's when you can look at the likes of Ain't Nori and Cunha to probably think of bringing in. I think those are the free tips I would talk about, maybe on the expected of few people that you can probably bring in. My team is going to shape up a bit going into game week 9, but for now I think I'm content with that. It's like, though I'm considering the Liverpool fixtures are not the best, so I'm considering someone like Trent Alexander-Arnold freeing up some more money for my team to bring in some of those assets. As you can see, I do not have the Tottenham assets. I do not have the Wolves assets that I would like as well. So someone like Salah, someone like Trent would be the person I'd be looking at to free up some of that money. Palmer is a very good player as well that I do not have yet, but I'm not so worried about the Chelsea fixtures because they're not also the best. I think up until game week 12, I think, is when Chelsea's fixtures really look good as well. So I'm not in a rush to bring him, but still, those are the same two players that I would be targeting to bring in any other people to get extra funds. That's how my team will be looking for now. FPL responsibly. Do not rush with any decisions yet. Let's wait for the press conferences that are coming up very soon. Otherwise, FPL is back and we get into the whole drama and the suspense